First exercise, the golden sphere. Allow your body to relax. Sit in a comfortable chair. Loosen anything that could constrict you. Take off your glasses. Place both feet parallel and flat on the floor. Sitting upright, place your hands on your thighs and inhale and exhale deeply 3 times. You are growing very calm. A pleasant feeling of drowsiness and warmth is beginning to spread through your body. Close your eyes and make yourself comfortable in your chair, with your back straight and both feet on the ground. You are becoming calm and relaxed. Everything around you is fading into the background. For a while, you can focus increasingly on your inner experiences, on yourself. Listen attentively to what is going on within you. Consciously exhale all of your cares, fears, and doubts, and thus all of your preoccupations from today and the past weeks. You feel the connection with the earth. You are filled with a pleasant feeling of peace, inner peace and harmony. Your eyelids are becoming heavier and heavier. Now your face is starting to relax. Your scalp from the neck to the forehead, as well as all of the muscles around your eyes, your nose, and your mouth. The noises you can still hear from the outside world no longer interest you. It is becoming calm and peaceful inside you. Your breathing is becoming relaxed. You are growing very calm. You think you are falling asleep, but your mind is awakening, wide awake, and is following my voice attentively. Your whole upper body from the hips upward is beginning to relax. Your arms and your lower body are completely relaxed. Your thighs are becoming loose and more relaxed. Your knees are relaxing, and your lower legs as well, and your feet. Everything is now calm and relaxed. It is now very calm and peaceful within and around you. A feeling of peace, a feeling of harmony and peace is awakening in you. Your thoughts and feelings are becoming slower and more lethargic. Only your mind is wide awake and delights in unfolding its entire creative potential. You are exhaling all blockages, and all barriers are opening up. Nothing you hear from the outside interests you. All expectations fall away. You are becoming calmer and calmer. You are inhaling deeply the creative power of nature. It is regenerating your physical and psychic body. You allow yourself to be recharged like an empty battery. You enjoy the peace within and around you. You now see a dark blue curtain before your mind's eye. very calmly you draw it closed from left to right. Anything that could disturb you, you leave behind the curtain. There will be time for your everyday preoccupations later. Nothing interests you anymore. For the moment, everything has lost its importance. You enjoy to the fullest the inner peace, the inner harmony, and quiet. Contented and satisfied, you enjoy this as your space of tranquility. You meditate by simply being in and from your center. In your newly awakened space of tranquility, you now consciously connect yourself in your very specific way with the divine elemental force, your creative power, with the great, eternally burning fire of life. You say your prayer to it, or perform your ritual in your awakened imagination, which continually reminds you of the source of your eternal origin, of God, Allah, the Supreme Consciousness, or whatever you call this creative power. You recollect that each of us is a small but important divine spark, which, like the fire of life, also bestows warmth and light. The part is a reflection of the whole. Take 2 or 3 deep breaths. Imagine the purest spiritual light within you and all around you. Pleasant, bright light which accompanies and guides you. You know you are safe and protected in this light and surrounded by all-embracing love. You believe and trust in this eternal creative power. You are growing aware of the deep, eternal communion with your Creator. Attentively, you feel connected with the Supreme Consciousness, and thereby feel safe and protected in your own light. You inhale and exhale deeply. You are replenishing and strengthening yourself. While you absorb these divine spiritual forces of nature around you and let them recharge you, you feel your inner sense world slowly awaken. Suddenly, in your space of tranquility, you acknowledge and know the positive power of your spiritual helper. You take note of whatever comes into your mind. You gratefully accept this impulse, perhaps a vision of a loving guardian angel, or of some other luminescent being, or simply the felt presence of a benevolent force. You believe and trust your perception. Should you experience something unpleasant, connect yourself consciously and deliberately with the Supreme Being and know that you are safe and protected in this force. Make an inner request that tensions may dissolve into relaxation. You know that you will experience only what you are able to process. Imagine that this messenger from the gods has come to help you. You welcome him or her with an open heart. You tell him or her how happy you are that he or she is now here with you and wants to accompany you on the remainder of your journey. You believe and trust in his existence and make contact with him. You know that you are very welcome in His care. And you also know that you can request someone else at any time, if for any reason you should not be comfortable with your current spiritual helper. You now set out on a journey with your spiritual helper. You visualize and imagine yourself symbolically standing under a cascade of glittering light. In your imagination, you see how your body, your soul, and your mind, your personal radiance or aura, all the layers of your consciousness, absorb spiritual light and love through this special cascade, in the process of becoming ever more radiant. You inhale and exhale the divine light in deep breaths. You are becoming aware of how the spiritual light flows through your body, through your entire being. The thought of the light alone will regenerate and rejuvenate all vibrations and cells of your psychospiritual and physical body, and increase your energy. Now you can make very intensive use of the light by imagining a sphere or a cocoon of light taking shape around you that reaches from above your head to below your feet. You think of the spiritual light as an energy which is so strong that it can cause everything around you to vibrate more intensively. Your spiritual helper supports you in the process of inhaling and exhaling spiritual light and love. In the loyal company of your spiritual helper, you are experiencing your focal point, your epicenter more and more clearly, and allow yourself to sink into it completely. The epicenter is always the most essential, what constitutes you two, the individual, the seat of your soul in communion with your inner wisdom, your human existence, connected with the great eternal spirit. Just as every mandala, the ancient circular symbol of the universe, has a center, you too have your center. Enjoy the feeling of being centered and being able to function and operate from this center outwards, calmly aware of your own center with a sense of gratitude. Where do you perceive your center? Around your navel, or lower, or a little higher? Wherever you perceive your center, allow your feu sacré, the eternal fountain of life or home of your human being, to take symbolic shape in your imagination in the form of a golden sphere, as it seems most pleasant to you in your imagination. This feeling may develop slowly, All that is important is the golden sphere at your center, symbol of your innermost light, symbol of your communion with the eternal creative power. You believe and trust your perception. Whatever you experience, your spiritual helper is very close by. You know you are safe, guided, and protected in his strength, perfectly at ease. You perceive and take note of everything that comes into your mind, everything that occurs to you. At the same time, imagine that you are also firmly connected by a fine but strong golden cord extending from your golden sphere, the sensory channel to the spiritual world, with your higher self, or the home of the power of your inner wisdom and human intelligence, with divine love and divine light. Perhaps a second golden sphere now begins to take symbolic shape. Where and how do you experience this second golden sphere, assuming you do? You are breathing gently and evenly, and now begin to allow the first golden sphere, connected through the power of the sensory channel to the spiritual world, to glow with the second golden sphere, and thus in deep communion with the eternal creative power. Through this, you feel increasingly in harmony with nature. Here in your innermost home, opposites cancel each other out. Plus and minus unite and become one. A powerful symbol of your innermost home now appears to you in your awakened imaginary world, and by virtue of this, you now automatically perceive a symbol of the eternal communion between your being and the continual renewal you desire. Thanks to the profound communion with your great Creator, with the eternal vital force, and your own world in the world. What strikes you about this? What occurs to you? What comes into your mind? Take note of this. Let your innermost home radiate with all its power, You now perceive your inner center becoming flooded with a pleasant golden yellow light. You feel filled with divine love and light. Consciously, you fill your whole psychospiritual or psychic body and your physical body with this spiritual force. Spiritual love and its light fill you, even surpassing yourself. The spiritual light and love accompany, guide, and protect you. A deep feeling of gratitude flows through you. Attentively, you now experience your place of power. You enjoy your space of tranquility, also connected and in harmony with your essential qualities, with your whole personality and beyond, with the spiritual creative power and creation itself. Let your innermost center glow within and radiate as intensely as possible. You absorb as much energy, strength, and power as you need and want. You simply let it flow in the primal trust of spiritual love and light. You let this happen, protected and always accompanied by your spiritual companion, your spiritual helper. You notice in the process how this golden light, the spiritual power of love, spreads and expands even further. The golden glowing within and around your center is growing more and more intense. A pleasant, comforting feeling now spreads out and infuses you with joy, well-being, and harmony. This in turn endows you with creativity, strength, and peace. You realize how this pleasant feeling of relaxation and calm is strengthening your immune system. You derive strength from your center outwards, the strength to live, to act or not to act. This is the source of your creativity, born of love and its light. Here in communion with the spiritual love and your light and your innate human intelligence is the seat of primal trust. This trust invests you with the courage to live. It is the source of your self-confidence, of your self-esteem, your self-assurance, your respect for yourself and for others. Now feel this powerful force, your whole creative potential, your human intelligence that seeks to express itself. You delight in becoming an increasingly conscious, holistic co-creator from out of your innermost home. You rejoice in reshaping your everyday life over and over again in accordance with your personal consciousness. Take note of everything that happens while the golden sphere is glowing within you. Memorize exactly what you are now symbolically perceiving about your innermost home. Take note of all ideas, images, thoughts, and feelings, indeed all symbols, absolutely everything that crosses your mind, everything that has come to life within you. Concentrate so that you forget nothing. you remain awake and alert. You ask for clarification from your loyal spiritual helper and appreciate the contact until you have understood everything you have perceived and the profound message from yourself to yourself, until you understand the stimulations, the impulses, the nonverbal communication between you and your spiritual helper, until you are able to conduct a telepathic dialogue and understand it intuitively. You believe and trust your perception and take note of everything which now intuitively comes to mind. Once you have been brought back to your starting point by your spiritual helper, filled with new impressions, symbols, visions, promptings, you notice that the golden spheres and the sensory channel to the spiritual world at your center, your place of power, as well as the cascade at the place of tranquility, are beginning to fade in your imagination. But the memory remains, and you willingly express your sincere gratitude to your spiritual helper for his cooperation and bid farewell to him. In conclusion, he gives you a gift of healing. That is, he lets the spiritual healing power of love and light to flow through him to you. Now your whole ethereal body, your soul and your spirit, your psyche, are renewed once again, and your self-healing powers are strengthened and enveloped in spiritual power, protected and fortified, as it were, so that only those energetic influences and events can inspire you which are right and important for you, for your psycho-spiritual, mediumistic development. To your surprise, your spiritual healer now wraps you finally in a further symbolic protective mantle, a cloak. How do you perceive this? You may also experience sources of resistance. You also take note of them because in time they also want to be understood and redeemed, all in good time. You allow yourself sufficient time to close carefully the symbolic doors to the inner, esoteric and mysterious world, and to open the blue curtain again. Your inner perception, the mediumistic senses, come to rest. As in the evening at sunset, a pleasant stillness awakens within you. Calmly you now recollect your physical body. You symbolically open the doors to the exoteric external world. Very slowly you allow your physical body to reawaken. You become aware of all parts of your body. Your feet feel the firm ground beneath them. Your hands on your lap. You inhale and exhale deeply 2 or 3 times. Open your eyes, stretch yourself and feel fit again and rested in your psycho-spiritual fitness room on earth. Take delight in the first symbolic pearls recovered from your inner depths. Here you are starting to become acquainted with your individual language of feelings and thoughts, the creative language of symbols or dreams, your mediumistic dispositions, the language of this old, new world of visions, fantasies, inspirations, images, memories, and coincidences.